Morning up. This will only be a short live stream. You wake up when you have one of them mornings and you're like, yeah, that happened to me. I woke up this morning and my trainers are broken. Yeah, broken. Like kaput. So I thought I could come on here, share my misery. They're my favourite walking shoes and I'm like so gutted they are broken. I've been walking so much due to lockdown and now they broke. Sucky. Absolutely sucky. But what can you do? What can you do? Not much. Not much. They're broken. Definitely broken. I was going to go out walking today, and then I woke up and found disaster. That's true. Look. Looks perfectly fine until this happens. Ooh, they have split right the way across. And not just one shoe. I obviously walk consistently because of my back. They've both split in the same place due to how I walk, which is great. You also got breakfast with Raven. We have breakfast with Raven. Breakfast with Raven. Having breakfast because I can't go out to go get some new shoes until my phone has charged. So we are doing breakfast with Raven for like an hour. When I wait for my phone to charge, and I eat my breakfast, I generally have a bad morning and just hope it disappears. It's not good. Not good. Do you get that? You wake up in the morning and your favourite thing is broken. My walking shoes are really important to me because on the inside, you can't see it, but in there, where it says Lily, it has a special springy texture for my back, and now I've broken them due to walking too much, which is ironic, isn't it? The ironic of breaking my shoes by using them too much. Who would have thought you could break your shoes by using them too much? And I'm not happy. Not happy. Not happy at all. Well, we should see if anyone turns up this morning. Morning, Kool-Aid. We are having waffles with golden syrup and broken shoes. My favourite walking shoe has broken. I'm having a great morning. I was going to go walking and then my shoes are broke. And they are my posture walking shoes for my back. And this morning, not one, but both of them have split. Yeah, not just one, which would be great. They both split. See that? They've both split in exactly the same place, and it goes right the way across. Sucks. I just thought I would live stream because I was going out walking, and then my favourite walking shoes, which have on the inside of my shoe, a bit hard to show you, but in here it's cushioned for my back. So they have like a cushiony insole, and they're specially for my back because of how I walk. Now they're broken, which is great. So I thought I would live stream to show my sadness. Because the idea was that with the nicer weather, I was going to do more walk streams, like walking with intention streams. And there's a poll on my community tab at present to pick the name of my walking stream, which I think Raven's Random Roamings is actually winning. And it finishes today. And the winner of whoever picked the name of what my walks will be is going to be announced tomorrow. And I was going to do some walking streams. Someone wanted to see my cemetery and that. And as I have no kids this weekend, now they're broken, which is great. Wants to see my shoe. I bet he does. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, darn, exactly. Kool-Aid. You don't know. What can you do? But I was watching Eli last night. Hashtag eat a dick. He does go on, doesn't he? Does anyone else notice that he's so beta at the minute? Total beta cut. Has been all his life, and he just doesn't realise it. He's a beta cuck, and that's what he'll always be. No chance of a reprise there. He's a beta cuck through and through. And this whole blaming humanity for not him getting a date. I've never heard anything so crazy in all my life. He was raging about how the men of the universe basically stop him getting a date because they're too nice to women. Like, okay. It's like, are you serious on that one? He's like, all these beta cucks that are nice to women and, you know, let them be themselves and let them be independent, and it's their fault that I'm not getting laid. Like, let me get it straight. It's their fault that women aren't picking up the phone to you. And it's their fault that women aren't falling at your doorstep. It's their fault. These masculine men are stopping you getting a woman. That's what you're butthurt about. It's society's fault. He's a raging incel. Yeah, it's the world's fault that he's not getting laid. It's the world's fault that he's a failing YouTuber. You know, everything has got an excuse. He's not doing well on YouTube because of us. Because of people like Jamie, you know. He's not doing well in life because people like Jamie are ruining women, you know. All the beta cuck males of the universe are ruining it because, you know, it's. I mean, I saw him the other night raging, literally screaming in the middle of a walkway that these beta cuck males were ruining his chance with a woman. Literally at the top of his lungs. Like, these beta cuck males are taking my women, and these beta cuck males are doing it so I can't get laid. I'm like, you can't be serious. Oh, really? That's the reason women don't want you? So it's not his fault, of course. I mean, no one is suggesting that it's his attitude, his morals, his demeanour. It's men of the world. You are stopping Coach Eli from getting a woman. You are bad, bad people. You need to let Eli at least have a woman pick up the phone to him, okay? But we need to start making rules here. Let a woman pick up the phone and let him down gently. But no women are allowed to meet him in real life, because why would they? But he was yelling at the universe, of course, blaming, you know, every species of man on the universe for him not getting a woman, because it couldn't be his fault. It couldn't be anything he'd done. It couldn't be how he puts himself across. It couldn't be just anything to do with himself. And then last night, what was last night's stream? He was raging about. He couldn't even remember his own topic. Did anyone else see that? He was doing his stream and he's like, Queenie, what's my topic? Like, what do you mean, what's your topic? Yeah, what's my topic? He'd even forgot his own topic. It's just me and you here. Maybe I should simp like a beta and be selfie. Don't you be simping. Don't you be simping off my good nature. What we got here? What was my title? Yeah. I can't remember Eli's title last night, but it was something about the little things and something else. And he was running on for absolutely ages. And then he forgot his title, which I thought was hilarious. He sat there going, Queenie, what did I actually call my show? And he couldn't remember the title of his own show. Like, he's sitting there yelling into the camera during the first part of his show. And then the second part was he couldn't remember what his show was. Like, okay, how do you do a show and not remember? Good morning, J-Rum. Good morning, sunshine. I wish it was. I've had a terrible morning. I woke up. I'm having waffles for breakfast. Let me know. No. Millions of calorie waffles. And I thought, what's the best way to walk this off? I'll go walking. Walking shoe. Ta-da! That. Oh, yeah. See that? Eat split. Come on. Eat split. Right there. Gets better. They've split in the same place. They've split right in the same place due to how I walk. So now I have two shoes that are practically useless. Yeah, they split. So that puts precedent to me walking today because my shoes are fucked. He doesn't remember his topic because he knows it's just a bait and switch to talk about drama. Kool-Aid! You don't think he just does it so he can talk about drama? You might be right there. You might be right there. Basically, it's the bait and switch. The topic is irrelevant. He could put any topic in that title. Any topic. Any. And it would make a difference. Like you said, the actual point of his stream is usually to rant. So, does the topic matter as long as he can drag people's names into whatever he's talking about? That's a good point, Kool-Aid. Because when he rants, half the time in the stream, the rant has nothing to do with the topic. You know, the other day, he was meant to be talking about something else and he went on about American Dream. And then he's meant to talk about something else and he was going on about Truck Driver Billy. And he gets distracted for like an hour, which is like crazy. Um, um, he needs to find a topic where he can talk about it, but then if he needs to switch it to, well, you know, beta men of the world are taking his women, he can then switch it to saying that Jamie's taking all his women, or Truck Driver Billy's taking his women, or all the men of the world are taking his women, because he's not a beta cuck. Apparently, he's an alpha male. I'll let that sink in. Cuck Eli isn't a beta cuck. He's an alpha male, apparently. Women should be flocking to it. He lives in California, which looks like a dump where he lives, mind you. Anyone else think those walks he does, it looks like he's on a basic wasteland? I know it's meant to be a wetland, but it looks like a wasteland. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I'd feel safe even walking on that path. As his purple purposes become the main focus of the stream, exactly. So the stream itself is irrelevant. His stream wouldn't even need a title. He could just walk in there without a title and just suddenly say, well, you know, he had basically what happened is the previous stream, he got a text from a lady who was cancelling their date once again. Was cancelling their phone date once again. She'd already cancelled before because she'd been busy for 2 weeks. Then she cancelled literally that night before they were going to phone. And he came off the stream, called it an emergency, which I don't think it's an emergency to halt your entire stream. Could be wrong. To message her, to try and beg her, I'm guessing, to reconsider. And in the end, this woman claimed she was too poorly. Could they reschedule? And suddenly, he was just angry at the world. It was everybody else's fault apart from his that this woman had decided, you know what? I don't want to phone him tonight. Maybe she'd had a bad day. Maybe she was feeling poorly. Maybe she just didn't want to talk to him. Always a possibility. And then for him to say, all these betas are stealing my women, they're weaponizing them, they're turning them into this strong, independent female, and they're not needing us men anymore. You know, we've warped society. Men should be out working and women should be in the kitchen. That's basically what his rant was. He was angry that these women were strong, independent, and could choose to meet him or not. It wasn't the whole caveman bonk him on the head, drag him back to my cave scenario when women did as they're told. He was angry that women had a choice to meet him, women could rearrange stuff, and women were empowered to be women. He was then raging that society gave them everything, like they had the vote, that they have this, that, and the other, but none of these women will take the time with him, and it's all society's fault and how we've given women the vote, how we've given women all these things, you know, women's vote, we've let them be independent, we've let them have jobs, We've let them do this, that, and the other. And the one thing they should get in return is that they should get Coach Eli's appreciation, and we should all date him. I don't know. But the poor beta cucks of the world were getting a raw deal because they're too nice to women. They let us have independence. And apparently that's a bad thing, to let women have independence. I don't think so. I think strong, independent women probably scare the shit out of him, and probably should. I think he should be scared of women. I think you should be scared of all women, whether they're independent or not. In Eli's case, it seems no matter who you are or what type of woman you are, he's scared of you. Strong women, timid women, he seems scared of everyone. And I don't know about you, but when he's on the trail, in his walking thing, is it me or is he scared of everyone? Just everyone. Geese, cats, people of the human race. I mean, last night I watched his not his YouTuber stream, the one before, about the whatever his title was, one. And he was complaining there were people on the trail, there were people with kids, that there were people on the side having fun, smoking, and I'm thinking, it's a sunny day, the people are out of the house, what's wrong with you? He didn't like the people that were running the trail because apparently it's a walking path, which it doesn't state that anywhere. Sorry, Eli, you're out of luck there. He didn't like the fact that men and women were out and about holding hands. He had to slow his walking down. Then there were a bunch of kids with their mums, and he complained about the kids being everywhere. What, in a park? On a trail? Having a walk? Crazy shit. Then he was complaining about a group of men that was sitting there hanging out, maybe having an unusual smoke. And he was whispering about them. And you think one of these days, someone's just going to smack him one. Like, I don't know about you, but he's the guy going through the park, shouting into a mic about how weird everybody is around him. Like, when he does it, he's like, there's people over there. They're walking too close. I don't have a mask, which you should have on, regardless of your live streaming. You should have a mask on. If it's mandatory for you to have one on outside, you should be having one. In the UK, it's not. The only time it's mandatory for us in the UK to have a mask on is indoors. If you have one, you should have one outside and all the time. Breaking the rules, Eli. You're meant to be setting an example. But aside from that, very skittish. Yeah, he seems nervous of everyone. When he's walking and he's talking into his thing and he's always like looking around, it's like he expects someone to jump him. I don't know. I get this weird sense that from that PT Cruiser thing, do you know what I'm talking about? The PT Cruiser incident. I honestly believe that he walks around like this when he's doing his live streams with a third eye, looking out the side, being really worried because people know because you can look up the trail of where he is. He always seems terrified that someone's just going to turn up or they're going to jump him, or wouldn't be the first time he's had crazy people say stuff in the background of his live streams, or I don't know. It's the skittish thing I've seen. If you're not comfortable live streaming outside, then don't do it. It's the whole weird awkwardness I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but there's an awkwardness when he live streams. He's walking around and he kind of looks like this. And it's not because he's walking, because no one walks like a nodding fucking dog. But he's always looking around. It's like he's looking behind him, trying to see what's behind him. Like, I don't know, some ninja's going to jump out at him. He seems to be so worried that there's someone behind. And then every time he sees people, and yes, there are people in the real world, they're out there, he's always complaining. Those kids are always making noise in my video. If you are walking in a public park, those kids, those teenagers, the birds, whoever, have rights to make as much noise as they like. And for you to say, oh, they always mess up my videos, here's an idea. Stop filming in a fucking park. I know. Crazy advice. Stop being in a shitting park. Go elsewhere. Just stop filming in the park. It makes no sense to film in the park so you can have something to comment on the rest of the stream and rage about. I wish he would film his car park rejection. Oh my god, Kool-Aid. That would be like he could have an entire series called Car Park Heartbreak. But I don't think, in all honesty, Kool-Aid, if you were a woman, are you meeting a guy in a supermarket car park in the middle of the evening by yourself? Who does that? No one I know is going to a park to meet, going to a car park to meet a crazy guy with a weird hat in the middle of the night, thinking it's perfectly normal. Mm-mm. I wouldn't be there. Like, I would have the the fact he's scared to go to a park during the day. How can he manage to go to a car park in the evening by himself? I couldn't go to a car park in the evening, not on my own. But he's scared of people during the day. What would make it any better? Meeting this woman in the middle of the evening in a car park compared to the people you meet on a trail that you're terrified of. Because you're quite clearly concerned and skittish and you're always looking around. And you're not looking around for people coming up behind you because they're walking and that, because you don't think people should be on the trail apart from you. Should be like a YouTuber's trail. It's like the weirdest thing I've ever heard. People on a trail when I'm trying to film, how dare they? Like, what? And then you were complaining that you had to wait for people. Like, God forbid a woman ever goes on a date with you. Nice waffles. You would be so complaining from the minute they turn up. Oh. So he does a lot of complaining. He calls it constructive, whatever you want to call it. But the beta cucks were in the wrong. The men that walk on the trail are wrong. The men that run on the trail are wrong. The men that were having the fag outside the building were wrong. The women with her children, I guess, should be seen and not heard. It's literally, he's against every part of humanity that isn't him. Men, women, children, I suppose if he had a dog bark in his stream, he'd lynch the dog for messing up his show. I'm hoping one of those geese attack him one day. If I could will one of those geese to turn round, hiss at him, and chase him down that trail while he's on camera, that would be fucking hilarious. Can you imagine that? Him being chased by a geese down the trail while he's being hissed at by like a mum and a dad. Because if you fuck geese off when they have their babies, they'll go for you. Oh, they will chase you down that trail, my friend. Chase you down that trail faster than anything. And they will come for you. Geese are right assholes. You tamper with their babies, their little area, or you come near their woman like he did the other day. He's lucky that geese didn't go for him, because I don't know about you, but in the UK, you're told not to go near them when they have their babies because they are highly territorial and they will chase you and they will hiss you, and they will go for you. They will go straight for your ankles generally. I've always been told that they'll hiss at you, and the first thing they attack is your ankles because that stops a particular predator in its tracks, because you grab it on its ankle, kind of like a snake. But yeah, geese can be really violent. They're little bastards when it comes to that, and they're highly territorial. If you go near them with a baby, you're literally asking for trouble, because the mum will protect the baby and that dad will fly for you, literally go after you. And he's there going, oh, geesey, 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 like some kind of muppet. Like, seriously, Eli, come on. Stop with the whole, cutesy stuff. You're terrified. And he is. I mean, he was terrified of a cat the other day and claimed that you have to give them respect. But if he had a snake on, he would be the man. He'd own that snake. Like, yeah, sure, Eli. But it was interesting. And then he did another title last night, which I can't remember because I don't know about you, but I find that his streams now are just kind of bland. So his stream last night was called Scarcity Creates Value, Majoring in Minor Things, which in all honesty, I watched half an hour of and fell asleep. I was that bored of what he was talking about. Now, should a channel be able to bore you to sleep? Although JB listens to him all the time. And then his one this morning was the #1 reason why YouTubers fail and how to turn, what was the title? How to turn it around for success. Well, I hate to say it, but if you're taking YouTube tips from Coach Eli, the only way is down for you. I mean, he hasn't turned his channel around. He hasn't gained a mass following. He hasn't gained mass donations. Everyone still knows him as the beta cuck of YouTube. He's not changed anything. And then there's no way he's going to give you tips on how to become the #1 YouTuber. Let's be honest. And then his last night's one was Scarcity Creates Value, majoring in minor things. And he was basically lynching off another coach called Corey, who he talks about constantly, because I don't know whether he aspires to be this Corey bloke or that's how he decided to be a coach. He saw this guy one day, he was doing really well, he was getting loads of donations and money, and suddenly wanted to be him. He was hyped on his last stream in the middle of the night, slamming coffee and going nuts. Really? I haven't seen I saw the Walking with Purpose stream for like half an hour and fell asleep. And then when I woke up this morning, the Walking with Purpose stream had obviously finished, and he'd done another one talking about being a #1 YouTuber, which I haven't amazingly had the patience to go watch it. But I will glance at it and see how ridiculous he thinks he is. Someone told me that American Dream has his wrench back, or has continued to have his wrench, or Eli's just kind of shrugging this whole American Dream thing off. I believe. I don't know if American Dream is back, whether he's turned around and said, look, I'm not going to do the drama, which he probably is doing the drama, mind you. I mean, who doesn't like a bit of drama? I mean, YouTube is a drama-filled platform, whether you like it or not. Even if you try and have the world's best kept community, where you're all nice and you all talk and everything, communities have arguments. Whether you bring the drama to the community or whether the drama follows it. Same for a person. But yeah, I haven't seen his hyped up on coffee stream, but I'm guessing because the woman cancelled on him and he did the whole beta thing the day before, I'm guessing she didn't rearrange, or she's not going to talk to him. Yeah, Dream never got demodded. Eli just doesn't want to stream on his panel. Dream got hacked when Eli was panel. Did he? Oh, wow, wow, wow. The plots does thicken. So Eli's taking a step back from Dream to protect his channel. Discord keep going off, but yeah, let me just take this through. I'll be one sec. I'm coming. I think my leg's gone now. But what was I saying? Yeah, it was a crazy hacker hijacked the stream and Dream was helpless. Now, why would someone want to hack Dream of all people? Funny shit, though. I bet Eli was doing his nut. I haven't seen that stream of Dream. All I heard from Eli on his next live stream was that it was a shit show and that stuff had gone a little bit crazy. Let me get rid of Discord, as he put it. Things had gone crazy. But he hadn't really said why. He just said that it was a shit show. Because I don't watch a lot of Dream stuff, because really Dream isn't really my target watching, you want to put it like that. He's not my target audience at all. It's a kid he knows and has beef with. Is it? Oh my god, Kool-Aid. How cool is that though? And I bet Eli was a flustered chicken. But he was like, bok, 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 bok. Mm. Your face is sore. Haven't done that mask I bought yet. Oh well, who knew? But it's interesting though. The whole Dream and Eli thing was always interesting because Dream is he's not totally out of Eli's realm when it comes to like YouTubers that he clutches onto. But his weird content doesn't really appeal to Eli, which is weird that he would then latch onto someone like that. Um, you know, with the whole hey everyone, much love. This vampire is fixing to go to bed, so I don't know. Good evening, TJ, or good night. It's nearly 11 o'clock in the UK. Hopefully I might be able to buy a pair of shoes because we're having a bad morning, TJ. It's one of them days where my day just doesn't seem to have gone right. I broke my walking trainers. It went a bit wrong. I've been walking too much and my trainers gave out, which is cool because now I'm stuck with without my walking shoes. And I don't know about you, but I like walking. It's 6:45 here in Northern California. Have you not been to bed, TJ? Have you had an all-nighter, TJ? Did you stay up again? To be fair, I actually went to bed fairly early last night. I actually went to bed fairly early last night, which is weird for me. Because I don't sleep amazingly well, I must admit. And last night I kind of went to bed early. Duct tape fixes everything. Yeah, I'm up all night and sleep all day. Yeah, I think we're beyond duct tape. Look. No, no. They're both like it. It's from too much walking, TJ. That's what it is. But these are my favorite walking shoes. And unfortunately, that's how they are this morning, which sucks because it's a real pain in the ass. Because I love walking, but I have to have the right shoes to do the walking. And there's a poll on my community tab to decide what my walking streams are going to be called. And I believe that Ravens Random Roamings is winning at the minute. I believe that's what the winning title is so far, which finishes today. So if you haven't voted on my community tab for what my walking stream should be called, go to my community tab and vote on there. It'll be a couple of videos down. And then at the end of the day, I'm going to pick the winner. The winner will be picked because it'll be the one with the most votes. It's very normalized voting. Basically, people just vote, and that's the one I'm going for because I had some really cool names. There were like 4 different names that you could choose from. There was Rambling with Raven, Raven's Rambles, Raven's Random Roamings, and Roaming with Raven, or Roamings with Raven. And so far, I believe the Ravens Random Roamings is winning. So it's going to be called the RRR, the RRR, the RRR. R. You're going to sound like a pirate at the minute. It's going to be like the R's. Your channel's called the R's. So Mhm. But the UR, proper Norfolk now. The URs. If you're not from the UK, you wouldn't know, but that's like Norfolk talk. UR convoy now, the stew. We kind of talk like that around here. Not all of us. Dear God, no. Um, some of us have our sanity. Ravens Rambles. Yeah, there's a couple of different names. Yeah, Rambling with Raven was by Cassie. Raven's Rambles was Gemma's Journey Grace. Raven's Random Roamings was Joe. And then Roaming with Raven was Saydrifts. Raven's Rambles, this is in first place now. Oh, is it? Or is it swapped? Because last night it was Raven's Random Roamings when I went to bed. And today, I can't remember what time. At some point, I think it's tea time it finishes. And that will be the winner. So we have a new head of my poll. Let's go have a look. Because I wasn't sure what to call it, and someone in the chat said, why don't you have a poll and have some names and get the community to choose, which sounds like a brilliant idea. So we have, how many? We have 11 votes. We have Rambling Raven with 9%. We have Ravens Rambles with 36%. We have Ravens Random Roamings with 36%. We have Roaming with Raven with 9%. And other names is also 9. So we have 2 with 36. We have Ravens Rambles and Ravens Random Roaming. So we have 2 in first place. 2 of them have 36%. So I can't vote, unfortunately, because it's my own channel. But yeah, 2 have 36. One is Ravens Rambles and one is Ravens Random Roamings, and there's 2 in first place. So hopefully we can break that tiebreaker somehow. I don't know. Maybe I could get my son to vote. I don't know. But yeah, someone said to do it walking as the raven flies or something. I think it was called that. Someone had an idea of calling it, where is it? Walking as the raven flies, which was kind of a cool one. Or Ramblings of a Mad Woman were also 2 options. Ravings of a Mad Woman, or Ramblings of a Mad Woman. And then another one said Rambles as the Crow Flies. It shows it different to my second channel. Does it? Oh, okay. Maybe refresh it. Let me see. No, I have 2 on 36%. It shows just jumping in to say good morning, Raven, and all. It's time to start my day. Oh, much love to you, Anna. I'm having a great day. Is awesome. I broke my walking shoes this morning. I know you and J Rom love rambling, and I was going rambling until this happened. Like, yeah. Favorite walking shoes? Kaput. They are so sliced through from walking. It's all that walking I did. It's ruined my shoes. Apparently I'm walking too much and I need to get some, like, I suppose you could call it proper walking boots, hiking boots, however you would call it, proper walking shoes, instead of using my trainers. So not good. I have broken shoes. I have a broken shoe fund. If anyone would like to donate to my broken shoe fund, all money raised from my channel is going to go to my broken shoe fund because they're broken, and I need to get some new walking shoes, so that I can do my ramblings with Raven or my Ravens Random Roamings or whichever my walking streams are, because summer is coming up. It's actually kind of nice outside today. I don't know if you can see it here, but this is the sun on my wall. And now I've broke my shoes, which I'm quite devastated about, because they have, in the inside, they have a special cushion to help my back, and they're broken. So I'm like really upset, because I wanted to go walking and do my walks, but without my shoes, it hurts my back too much to do it. So, which is a shame, but nevertheless, we will fix them. It will just be when, I guess you could say, it'll be when I fix them. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because spring is hitting this weekend. It's actually kind of nice outside. And as much as you know, I'd like to hold off on the walking. Lockdown is slowly lifting in the UK, and I want to be able to get out there and walk. Walk my little thing off. But there's obviously not much I can do, unfortunately. What can you do? I'm just going to have to look for a new pair of trainers, I guess, which I don't like. And I don't know if I can get the same ones, which also pains me. Do you find that you buy a pair of trainers, you really like them, you get used to them, and then when you break them and you try and buy a new pair, they don't sell them anymore, or they're out of your size, or you can't remember where you bought them from, which is a shame, because I love them shoes. They're cushioned, they're supported, and unfortunately, I don't know whether I can even get them anymore. I think I bought them from a particular shop. I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to hope they're in my size, and I'm going to hope with the pandemic that they're open, because most of the shops, apart from supermarkets in the UK, are closed, and they're closed until April, like the 12th of 13th of April. So I've got another 2 or 3 weeks with stuff being closed, which kind of sucks. The same kind after they both broke. Yeah. I mean, they really did take a beating. I've walked a humongous amount of walking, and I think maybe I need to buy a pair of these for like normal walks, and then buy like a walking pair, and then just have these well, no, what I mean, Kool-Aid, is instead of having these for my walks, have these for home, so like walking around my flat, and then get a walking pair to take on a trail. I still like them ones, just not for the walking, because they are cushioned, and they do support me. So it kind of sucks. But that's life, isn't it? That's yeah, yeah. I want to buy a pair of them to have like round the house, and like to maybe walk to the shops with, and then buy an actual pair of shoes to like go walking, like a rambling boot or a hiking boot, something more sturdy. So if anyone feels inclined to fund me doing it so I can do my walking streams, because obviously shit has hit the fan this morning when it comes to my shoes. Not good. But the day goes on. I could be like Eli though. I could be on a trail, screaming at people and being the whole beta cuck thing at the top of my lungs, and walking around constantly seeing if I'm being stalked, because I'm sure he thinks he's being stalked or followed. He seems awfully jumpy. And to claim he's a YouTuber, he can't walk around vlogging without just being terrified of everything. Geese, women, children, like, oh my God, children, get out the park. You can't be in a park. I'm streaming, like angry cut beta male kind of thing, which is not attractive at all. Yelling in the park about women's ovaries, your dating preferences, that you want to bang women, and now you're talking about beta cucks and yelling at the top of your lungs how men have destroyed women, like some kind, and you wonder why people look at you. I mean, you look weird, you're talking about weird topics, and nonetheless, you are doing it in the middle of a walking trail. Of all the places you could be yelling this stuff, or walking through the park where there's children and stuff, and you're yelling about beta cuts and how you just want women to bang you, and it's just weird. Like, no, just stop. This is my, oh, you've got 2 channels. Oh, okay. I'll have to subscribe to both. I didn't know you had a second channel. Or was it the paranormal channel I knew about? I don't think I knew about you TJ Smith one. I can't remember. I didn't know about one of them. Let me have a look. TJ Paranormal. Paranormal, because I can't spell. Just in case you're wondering. TJ's. Oh, TJ. Yeah, I am not finding it, of course. Does everybody hate that you don't have the go-to extent? Oh, here we go. TJ Paranormals. There we go. There we go. Paranormals. There you go. I've subscribed, TJ, because I'm awesome. Yeah, that's why. TJ. Yeah. And I'm subscribed to your other one already. So there you go. I've subscribed. Oh. One of them mornings, TJ. Oh, one of them mornings. Oh, it's been one of them weeks, one of them months, and one of them years, just like all rolled into one. Like subsist, I'm going back to my normal channel. Oh no, where is TJ? I've subscribed to your channel now. So who's winning now? Hopefully we have a winner, because this poll's been tied for ages. Ravens Rambles is winning. Okay. So we have Rambling with Raven on 8%, Ravens Rambles with 42%, Ravens Random Roamings on 33%, which is a mouthful. Roaming with Raven, and then another type was 8%, which my friend did a vote on, and he said flying as the walking as the Raven flies, which I thought was kind of cool. Could be cool to get a T-shirt with that on, but it's called Ravens Rambles. Yay! So I have a winner, hopefully, and Ravens Rambles was actually Gemma Journey's Grace's choice. So I will announce the winner in a future live stream. But at the minute, it's Gemma Journey's Grace choice with Raven's Rambles, which is pretty cool. Gemma would be pleased to know that she won at the minute. But hopefully that's going to stay as it is. Maybe it'll change. I don't know. We shall see. It's still on until like this evening, because I put the poll up originally in the evening, I believe. So hopefully it doesn't change. But the other day, it was in a three-way tie at one point, and I'm like, oh my God, someone needs to pick a winner. But it was in a three-way tie at one point, like there were like three of them were like 33% each or something crazy. And I'm like, oh no. And then I kept promoting it, saying, look, you've got to vote, because I can't have three titles win. I need one and one only. And then it ended up being two that were joint. Then it went back to three. Then, as you just saw, there were two of the same. And now we actually have, at the minute, a clear leader. Thank God. Because it went backwards and forwards to being two, then three, then two. And it was trying to get, well, look, I need one title that wins. Because I wanted to start the less votes there are, the more likely ties are. Yeah, unfortunately. But there's been 12 votes, and there was 4 categories and 1 extra. So there were technically 5 categories with 12 votes. But we have a clear winner at the minute, and it's Raven's Rambles, and that's by Gemma Journey Grace. Which is pretty cool, because she'll love the fact that she's winning. Which is pretty cool, because she loves watching my ramblings. So it's Raven's Rambles, as in going rambling out and about, but it's also Raven's Rambles, as in the shit she says when she's walking, because I do talk about everything and anything on my walks. Eli does come up a lot, yes, because I mean, look at the shit he does. But when I do my walks, as lockdown is now slightly lifting, there'll be more places to see, more things to do, and I'll have less reason to mention Eli, because the summer will come and he'll be terrified to live stream anyway, because there'll be too many people, hopefully. But you know, we can only hope. But yeah, the less votes because of less people, and then it's always going to be a tie. It's always a chance. Sorry about that. But yeah, we seem to have a clear winner, which is great. She'll be happy to know she won. And what I will do is I will maybe give her a shout out on my channel and promote her Autism Awareness Month as a thank you, for having the winner, because she's doing Autism Awareness Month next month. Will you be rambling about the male reproductive system in public? Eli, I could talk about ovaries. What? I'm offended that you're allowed to have a penis. I'm offended that there are beta cuck males just wanging it all around on trails, stating their opinions. Can you remember that when he said that I'm offended you're allowed to have a penis rant? Can you remember that one, Kool-Aid? Like, I'm offended by the fact you exist. I'm offended by the fact they allow you to have a penis. Like, What is this guy on? What did you put in your coffee this morning, Eli? What did you tipple it with? Like crazy pills? That was a stream of history though when he ranted about that, because I believe it's in Eli's greatest hits. Um, I'm offended you're allowed to have a penis. Like, okay. Do you shout that at women? I'm offended you're allowed to have a vajayjay. Do you shout that as at people? Like, really? I'm offended you're allowed a penis. I'm offended you're allowed to walk the earth. He's offended by a lot of things. Yeah, Bushman's penis offended him. I think everyone offends Eli. Man, woman, geese, random children. He's offended by everything. Everything you say to him is taken as being offensive, being malice. He never takes descriptive criticism, being the topical word there. Descriptive criticism. He's always quick to jump to the negative. Like, because you have a problem with his channel, he all thinks it's bashing him. It's not because it's constructive or that you have an opinion or that you're trying to help the guy. It's always negative. But then when he does his rants and he's in the middle of a trial screaming out, this woman's ovaries, and all she wants to do is shag and pop out a baby, and you kind of think, well, this guy's kind of crazy. And yes, he is. He is crazy. Have you not met Coach Eli before? But obviously Eli is asleep now, so I won't get a dislike today, because he won't dislike my videos because he's done enough ranting and raving for today and he's sleeping it off. Obviously, I will watch his #1 YouTuber and how to become one, because me, obviously, I need to know this critical information. I might even take notes, like #1, how to be a good YouTuber, and sit here like a little student going, yes, Eli, have to be on time. No, scrap that one, sorry. Never be on time. Right, next one. Wear a cap and look dorky. Well, I wear a hat, but my hat is worth money, really cool, so we'll scrap that one as well. So far, I have to be on time to show up Eli, and I have a better hat. I mean, come on, like, put two and two together. He talks positively, but has a closet pessimist. He is a closet pessimist. He is negative Nelly. He is. I hate to think when he's like in the real world, like when he goes off YouTube. Does he take this negativity, his pessimistic nature, his constant worrying and a need for being in total control of every situation into his real life? You know, does he yell at his top of his lungs when he goes out for a meal? These beta cucks are stealing all my women. Does he sit at home and tell mum that feminists are taking over the world? You know, how is he in his real life? Because obviously on YouTube you put on a character, and he certainly does. There cannot be, he cannot be that narcissistic and controlling and just completely obnoxious in real life. Or is it possible? Is it possible that's how he is in real life and it's not an act? That's also a possibility, that this whole Eli crazy screaming at the thing isn't an act. I mean, maybe he is like this in real life. I mean, it sounds crazy. Believe me sitting here saying, well, maybe he screams at the top of his lungs in his house sometimes. Like, he only has control of his channel. It gives him the power he craves in real life. Yeah, he lacks some kind of masculinity, mass dominance, and this whole kind of control freaks thing that he has. where he obviously doesn't have it in his real life. Like you said, he's making up for it on his YouTube channel, where he can dominate who comes and goes. He can dominate the chat. He can try and dominate the world around him by complaining that everything is offending his stream, everything's affecting it, and trying to be in charge of the world around him, even when it comes to people on a trail. He wants to sit there and complain that they're there. They're in his world. It's a public trail, but he's complaining they're on it. Like, who does that? If I go on a walking trail, do you complain, ugh, there's people on it? Like, what? I, it is a crazy world that he lives in, where he believes he needs to be like um, the sole antagonist of his own universe. Everything's a problem. Like, everything is a problem. The world is against him on YouTube, in his real life, and these walks that he does, where he wants absolute power of the conversation, the chat, the trolls, the way the conversation is run. Then he wants to control the trail around him, who's on it, what they're doing. It's very narcissistic to believe that you can be in a bubble and that everything else around you is meant to either stop or change or be the way you want, kind of thing. It's a very warped world you live in if you believe you can control everything. Um, you know, when he has his chats, he's banning everybody. You can't have an opinion, which he nips in the butt. And then when you walk in real life, he's there telling people to not be on the trail, to not be so loud. And he kind of feels like he's in this world where he can just snap his fingers and everyone will obey. And unfortunately, that's not how the world is. Um, you can't snap your fingers and say, look, I want everyone on this trail to just be quiet so I can live stream. He's got kind of, what's it called, like small man syndrome. He thinks he's this great big alpha male, and really, if he looked in the mirror and took a good hard look at him, he's a small little beta cuck. Very small beta cuck. He has no power over anything or anyone. He doesn't even have power over himself. I believe he sits there in the morning looking in the mirror and has conflicting arguments with himself. I believe his inner self even conflicts with him, because he can see that whatever he's doing is crazy. And I think his own mind fights with him. I think if he looked at himself and said, look, we're going on these trails doing a walk, and then he's got the other side of him, like the devil on his shoulder, going, do you think that's wise? Should we really go out in public and do this? And then you got the little angel on the other side talking and going, well, no, we shouldn't be doing this. With the voice of reason, remember? And then the little devil's like, look, we could go to the middle of a park and just scream about a woman's ovaries. What do you think? And then the angel's like, look, we should be doing this quietly in our own head and not telling anybody about it. And then the devil is like, but you know what? We could get some really cool live streams out of this. We could shout at the top of our lungs. We can offend people. And he kind of conflicts between the two of him. It's the only real control he has is to fight with himself about stuff, because he can't control his real life. He's stuck in California. He's never going to leave there. As I know it, he lives with his mum. He works for his mum, and she's literally, as you say, got him by the bollocks when it comes to life and stuff like that. And even if he had a girlfriend, it would like be dating a person with multiple personalities. One day he claims he's him, and then when he goes on YouTube, he claims he's Cuck Eli, and he's a different person. He's like two separate people. It's time for me to go to work. I'll see you later on. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this stream soon anyway. It was just a breakfast stream, in all honesty. Just to have a quick hangout. Because obviously I have a day ahead of me. Shoe shopping, possibly. But yeah, thank you for Kool-Aid for keeping me company this morning. Thank you to everybody in the chat. If you want to watch some ramblings of a crazy guy in a park, go watch Coach Eli. Or if you want to see the crazy ramblings of Raven this weekend, you're going to see me going for a walk, and I won't be shouting about women's ovaries in the middle of a trail, because that's crazy. I will be talking about normal stuff, though, in the middle of a thing. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be like this all the time. So you don't have to worry about me thinking that someone's stalking me, because if they are, then I'm a lucky girl. But if you want to see more, give me a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. Have a wonderful morning, and I will see you this evening for a possible live stream. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye.